Above them, the sky rips open. An asteroid, roughly 400 meters wide, imagine a rock the size of the Empire State Building, is screaming toward the ocean. It isn't hitting land. It is aiming for the continental shelf, where the water is about 800 meters deep. The impact is instantaneous. In a fraction of a second, the asteroid strikes with the energy of 5 gigatons of TNT. That is thousands of times more powerful than the combined nuclear arsenals of the world today. The asteroid vaporizes. The water vaporizes. The seabed vaporizes. The shockwave that follows is almost impossible to comprehend. It triggers a magnitude 7 earthquake. But earthquake is too soft a word. The shaking is so violent that the solid seabed undergoes liquefaction. The rock turns into soup. Massive underwater landslides cascade for thousands of square kilometers. And then comes the water. As the crater collapses, the displaced ocean rushes back in. This creates a mega tsunami. We aren't talking about a 30-foot wave. We are talking about a wall of water rising over 800 meters high. That is a wave taller than the Burj Khalifa, racing across the Atlantic Ocean. It would have annihilated the coastlines of Africa and South America. Now, here is the twist. Here is the detail that changes history. When scientists dated the rock layers around the crater, they came up with a number: 66 million years. That date should sound familiar. It is the exact same geological moment as the Chicxulub impact in Mexico, the one that killed the dinosaurs. The odds of 2 giant asteroids hitting Earth at the exact same time by pure chance are astronomically low. This coincidence has ignited a fierce debate. Did the dinosaur-killing asteroid have a sibling? One theory is the sibling impactor hypothesis. It suggests that the original asteroid was actually a binary system. 2 rocks orbiting each other. Or perhaps, as it approached Earth, the planet's gravity ripped the parent body apart, turning one asteroid into a shotgun blast. If this is true, Earth didn't just have a bad day. It had the worst day in the history of the solar system. Imagine the chaos. The Chicxulub impact triggers global firestorms and a nuclear winter. And then, perhaps just hours later, the Nadir asteroid slams into the other side of the world, sending massive tsunamis crashing into continents that were already burning. It would have been a double tap to the ecosystem. Another theory is the impact cluster. This suggests Earth passed through a dense field of debris, getting pelted not just once, but multiple times over a few thousand years. Instead of a single knockout punch, the dinosaurs were subjected to a planetary siege, a bombardment that gave life no chance to recover. Of course, it could still be a cosmic coincidence. The dating has a margin of error of about 1 million years. They could have hit 10,000 years apart. But even if they aren't twins, the Nadir crater is a scientific goldmine because of where it is. You see, most craters on Earth are useless to us. If they are on land, wind and rain erode them until they are just vague circles in the dirt. If they are in the deep ocean, plate tectonics eventually recycle them, swallowing the evidence into the Earth's mantle. Nadir is the Goldilocks crater. It hit a stable part of the crust, and it was immediately buried by soft sediment. It was flash fossilized. It is an untouched, pristine laboratory that has been protected from the ravages of time. It allows us to study impact physics in a way no other crater on Earth can. But staring at 3D images isn't enough. To solve the mystery of the sibling theory, we need physical proof, and that is the next step. Dr. Nicholson and his team are planning a mission to drill into the heart of the crater. They want to send a ship 400 kilometers offshore and bore down through the sediment into the central peak. They are looking for one thing: shocked quartz. These are mineral grains that have been deformed by pressure so intense it only happens during a nuclear explosion or a hypervelocity impact. It is the fingerprint of the asteroid. More importantly, the drill cores will allow them to date the impact with pinpoint precision. They can narrow that 1 million year window down to a few thousand years. If the dates match Chicxulub exactly, the history books will have to be rewritten. The discovery of the Nadir crater is a humble reminder of how much we still don't know about our own home. For 66 million years, a monster lay sleeping beneath the Atlantic, holding the secrets to the death of the dinosaurs. It was found by accident, by a guy looking for oil data. It leaves you wondering, in the 70% of our planet covered by water, what other secrets are waiting in the dark? Look at this thing. Seriously, look at it. It's lumpy. It's gray. It looks like a dirty potato that's been kicked around a parking lot for a decade. If you saw this lying in a creek bed, you wouldn't just walk past it. You'd step over it without a second thought. It is the definition of unremarkable. But pick it up. Take a hammer to it. Crack that ugly, rough exterior open, and suddenly you aren't looking at a rock anymore. You are staring into a galaxy. Inside this dirty potato is a cathedral of perfect, shimmering crystals that shouldn't exist. It's a geological magic trick. A rough, armor-plated safe protecting a fragile, glittering heart. We call them geodes. And they are, without a doubt, nature's greatest paradox. How does the Earth create a hollow, empty bubble inside solid rock? And then, how does it fill that dark, empty room with jewels? This isn't just a story about rocks. It is a story about violence. It's a story about fire, poison gas, and a process so agonizingly slow that it makes the building of the pyramids look like a blink of an eye. Today we are cracking open the Earth to find out how a geode is born. To understand the impossible physics of a geode, we have to start with the name itself. It comes from the Greek geoids, literally meaning Earth-like. It's fitting, because like the planet itself, the surface tells you absolutely nothing about what's going on underneath. But here is where people get confused. You've probably seen round rocks that look like geodes but are solid all the way through. Those are nodules. Those are boring. A nodule is a space that got completely stuffed with minerals until there was no room left. A geode is different. A geode is a captured void. It is a pocket of nothingness that survived. And that nothingness is the most important part of the equation. Because without that empty space, the crystals have nowhere to grow. So step one in the recipe isn't the crystal, it's the hole. And to get that hole, we have to go back in time. Deep time. Scenario A is violent. We are talking about volcanoes. Picture a massive flow of basaltic lava burning across the landscape at temperatures that would melt steel. This lava isn't just liquid rock, it is carbonated. It is teeming with dissolved gases, carbon dioxide, water vapor, all trapped under crushing pressure. Think of it like a can of soda that you've shaken up. While the can is sealed, the liquid looks normal. But pop the tab, release the pressure, and bubbles explode everywhere. That is exactly what happens when lava erupts. The pressure drops, and the gas expands. As the lava cools and turns into thick, sticky syrup, those gas bubbles get trapped. They can't escape. The rock hardens around them, freezing them in place. Millions of years pass. The gas slowly leaks out through the microscopic pores of the stone, but the shape remains. A perfect hollow sphere inside solid basalt. A vesicle. An empty room waiting for a tenant. But maybe there is no volcano. Maybe you are in a quiet, muddy seabed. This is scenario B, sedimentary formation. Here, the story starts with death. A tree root rot, a shell buried in the mud, a creature's burrow. Over eons, the mud hardens into limestone or shale, but that organic material, that tree root, that animal, it decays. It rots away completely, or the groundwater dissolves the shell, leaving nothing behind but a ghost. A hollow mold of what used to be there. Whether it was born from fire or born from decay, the result is the same. We have a void. A silent, pitch-black chamber locked inside the earth. Now begins the invasion. The architect of this next phase is water, but not just any water.